Hello everyone, welcome. Had a little bit of a hiccup getting YouTube over here, but hopefully now everybody is here. Hello, welcome. Hello YouTube, hello Twitch. Hello, hello. Thank you for the hydrate too. Hey, Potato Shoe. I'm so glad you could join us. How are you feeling? Never Betty, welcome in, welcome in. Everybody will be stitching and looking up. All right, perfect. That's what we love to hear. Well, we are, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. We finished dinner like 10 minutes ago, so I'm feeling a little like greasy. So if I have to like mute and clear my throat, that might be a thing that happens. But I've got lots of water, so that's good. Well, welcome everyone. We do have Pow up on the critter cam. Until, again, about 10 minutes ago, she was trying to take out the critter cam. So you can see her in the back. Let me see if I can zoom in because we have our new fancy cam. Let's see. Yep, there she is. That's her desperately trying to dig her way through the door. She's desperately trying to get to all of you guys. I love our new camera. I think it's going to be great, especially when she's being weird in the other corner of her enclosure. But yes, welcome everyone. This is the stream that I was going to do on Friday, and then I ended up having like a really bad migraine. I think I have figured out what has been causing my migraines, so hopefully they will not be such an issue anymore. You know, I'll probably still get them every now and then, but I've been getting them quite frequently lately. But I think we're past that era, knock wood. So tonight we are going to be doing a design with me, and I'm very, very excited because I want to get into the habit of releasing a free cross-stitch pattern on the coffee shop every month. That is my plan. That is my goal. So the first month it was the Giorgio mini. By the way, he still hasn't seen any of my Instagram posts, and we still aren't best friends, so sad. And then the next month it was the Pride pronoun pins with the beautiful sample that Toot stitched up for me, and then it was the raccoons. So this month for August, I am going to be doing one of our channel emotes as a little pattern. So I'm very excited. I spoke to Orchid Sunshine. You've seen them active in chat before. Sorry, clearing my throat. Hey Sketch, welcome in. So Orchid is a great member of the community and did a bunch of emotes for us. and I'm going to be turning one of those emotes into a cross stitch pattern. That's going to be tonight's stream. So yeah, let's so I'm going to be using a program called WinStitch. Now the problem with WinStitch and streaming WinStitch is that it opens everything in like a separate window, so you might not see as many details. So I'm gonna try and explain to you like the stuff that isn't popping up. Sketch says nice. Hello, hello. Just stopping by for a few before you put the bin out and go in the bath. That sounds like a lovely evening, Sketch, and it's getting pretty late for you, so yeah. And Moon, welcome in, Moon. Thank you so much for joining us. Moonfaced, another streamer here on Twitch, not on YouTube, but on Twitch. And we are actually going to be doing a collaboration. We're going to be doing a joint stream with Moonfaced on Friday. Friday's stream, we're going to get started a little bit later because she usually starts much later than I do. So we're kind of like meeting in the middle. We're going to start at 7 p.m. Yeah, so it's just going to be me and Moon hanging out, cross-stitching, talking cross-stitch. It's going to be so much fun. So that's going to be Friday's stream. I'm very excited about that. And Sketch says, yeah, I have that issue with my drawing software when I open a reference window. Yeah, and like this one, I didn't realize how many of the windows weren't showing up on stream until I went to edit the software. And I realized that like I was just talking complete nonsense because I thought people could see something that they couldn't. Anyways. So here we are in WinStitch. And I've opened up a blank, I've opened up a completely blank project. Now, there are kind of two ways that I could go about transforming this piece of artwork into a pattern with WinStitch. And I'm not sure which one is going to work out best. A Sketch has actually pointed out one of the ways. So one way is that I can use the photo converter and see kind of what it pops out and then work on cleaning that up. The other way that I can do is, as Sketch just said, you use your drawing and then you use it, what's called an onion skin in the software, which basically puts like a transparent, translucent, not completely transparent, but like semi-transparent picture behind the grid, so you can basically build the pixel art on top of that. So I'm not sure which method is going to work out best. So I'm going to try both of them, honestly. And the first one I'm going to try is importing it directly from the picture and see what we get. And if that's something I can work with, we'll do that. And if it's just not great, we'll try the other method. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to, I might not be able to see chat for a second because I've got to see what you can and can't see. So I'm going to go over here to my menu. Yeah, you can't even see my menu. Import picture into stitches. Browse for an image. So the image we're going to use is the penny heart emote. The image we're going to use is the penny heart emote that Orchid has made for us. I'm trying to find it on my drive of everything related to the channel. Okay. Penny heart emote. Yeah, you guys can't see this. Let's see if I can switch this over. This might be a little bit janky, but I want to show you what I'm seeing basically. All right. Just hang on one second. I've got a few little weird audio issues going on. I'm going to just poke at that a little bit. let's see if that, because we're getting some audio crackling, and I don't know if it's crackling from the cozy, the Spirit City or not. Okay, anyways. Hello, Tyrannotrix. Welcome in. And Sketcha is gonna go deal with the bins and then soak in some bubbles. Alright, have a good night. Have a good night. Alright, so you guys can now see my import a picture window. This little guy is the one that we're gonna be doing. And this is the exact file that I have for the emote. So like you only see the emotes very small, but the original art files are quite large so that they can be a good resolution. So what I'm gonna do is right now it's set to 819 stitches wide. I don't want it 819 stitches wide. I want it, which would be 45 inches on 14 count. So what we're gonna do, checking audio issues. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, hi. Hello there. Sorry. Okay. 1 second, guys. Alright, can you hear me now? If you don't use a lot of audio and video equipment that's done by USB, they get very, very picky about things like whether or not you're using an extension cord and like the actual length of the cord. So I was using a longer cord than I was before, and that was causing audio issues, so I had to switch to a shorter cord. That's it. Like, I think they're the same manufacturer of cords, it's just one is longer. Hello, Quarter Stitch Crisis. Welcome in. Alright, okay, so I want this to be about 5 inches, but we've got that white space, so I'm gonna move this little slider until it's about 6 inches. Okay. And then max colors, we don't want a max colors of 60. I think honestly I think we're only gonna need like 5 or 6, so I'm gonna put 10. Dither is a bit of an odd setting, and I'm not exactly sure what it does, so sometimes I'll run it both ways, with dithering and without dithering. I'm gonna run it without and see what we get. So then I'm just gonna hit OK, and then it's gonna convert and close that window. So now I need... Oh. Alright. Okay, so I can move this back into the corner now. And I can see chat again. Wonderful. Hello, chat. I can see you. So let's see what our program has delivered onto us. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I can work with that. It didn't even use the whole 10 colors. Alright, this might be a very fast design with me stream. So yeah, I like that. Pretty reasonable. Because sometimes it'll turn out pretty good and sometimes it'll turn out just beyond bizarre. So the other way that I could have done that is, I'll just show you quickly the other way that you can do that. So I'm going to go back to our other window here. So this is my blank one. So what I would do is I would go to edit, which is general menu. I'm going to change the design size to the 5 inches that I was talking about. 5 or 10. Let's do 6 inches because then I have a little bit of room to work with. Okay, so that just made the working space smaller. So like that's about how big I want the piece to be. And now I'm going to go to appearance. And again, you can't see this, so I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Down to onion skin and then add. And at this point, I'll select an image, which is going to be the same image that I was just using. The cute little penny emote. There you go. See, so so this is the exact image, but you can see it's behind the stitches and it doesn't get erased as I draw over it. So if I was to add a color here, let's say driftwood. And then I was to start tracing like kind of along the outline of his head here. So that background image isn't, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. So this background image isn't destroyed. So even if I went like this, oh no, I hecked up. And then I just erase the stitches that I did, the background image is still there. So that's also a good option if you want to convert a piece of art or a photograph into something closer to art. Crisis says, Dither is how they used to print images in the newspaper. It adds noise to help with shading. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much. Because I wasn't entirely sure what effect it had in this context. So that's actually very helpful. All right. So I'm going to hop back to the one that we generated with the the program generated for us and see if I can clean this one up a little bit more, just because it already has the colors loaded in. Danny, welcome in, welcome in. All right, I'm just gonna hydrate a little bit. Okay. All right. So yeah, so I mean, the first thing we can do is we can kind of crop it to get rid of some of this white space. And the reason that the emote is set up like this, so if you were to in chat use this emote and then the hydrate emote, he has a little water bottle up in the corner there. So that's why there's like the white space, so that all the emotes would be the same size. I'm just gonna select this. Just select this. And we're gonna crop to this area. Okay. So let's see what colors it's given us. So it's given us our palette here. So we've got driftwood, which is the color I was thinking of using. Coral medium, which I'll probably switch out for a different red, because this one's a little bit pinky. 822 beige gray, 3032 mocha brown, 3047 yellow beige, antique violet. That's the thing about generating the patterns is sometimes it'll throw in a color that you weren't expecting, and in this case it's this kind of gray purple, and that's because it wasn't quite sure what to do with the edges of the lines. So you'll often see a lot of like random bits of gray and stuff. So I don't want any purple in this pattern. I don't think it needs it, so we'll just make sure that we'll edit those out as we go. I mean, I could just delete all of the stitches from this, like delete all the stitches of this from the thing, but they might be in a spot where I need a stitch, if that makes sense. Oh no, what is Pow up to? What is... Hello, humans. Welcome to my TV show. Yep, that's our Pow. Always angry. She was trying her darndest to take out the camera just before stream. So it's... I'm working on a more permanent solution to our problems. A more permanent like hook situation for mounting the camera. But right now it's kind of sitting on top of her big hide, and it's like strung up to the ceiling to keep it from falling over. And if I hadn't strung it up, it would be in the dirt right now. Like she wanted that thing down. The first thing I'm gonna do... I was talking about Antique Violet. Yes, I don't want to just delete them because I might actually need a stitch there, so I'm gonna leave them there for the moment, but by the end of the pattern I'm gonna make sure that they're not there. So otherwise, I'm kind of liking this palette. We've got the two beige grays, which is good because they're in the same color family. Because the other ones are beige gray, I might change out the driftwood, but I'm not sure. Tortoise just says, sorry to backtrack a bit. If you've seen any of Stitching Jewel's designs monochrome patterns like that. There are lots of different ways to dither, and I would bet she's using it. Very cool. Oh, I have to check that out. Stitching Jewel's designs. All right. I'll do that. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the eyes because they're the easiest. So I just brought up the menu that's going to let me replace the active thread, and then it's going to give me a text box where I can put in basically what thread I want. I could search for red, or if I know exactly what color of red I want, I can just choose that. So I'm going to go with 666 because I love 666. It is my favorite. And the hearts are quite symmetrical. So let's make them a little bit more symmetrical than they currently are. I love that 666 is a bright red. We've been joined by Early. Early is currently loving on my mouse and trying to do an art with us. She's a girl. Hello, girl. Hello. No. Okay, so that heart is nice and symmetrical right now. 666 is very bright. It is very bright. The other Christmas red might be better. Yeah, it is Christmas red, yeah. Well, according to DMC, there are no official color names for their colors. But there are color names. Like even DMC uses the color names on their site, which is just, it's like, just put out a list of official names so we stop making up names, please. But yes, So this one is, so 666 is commonly called Christmas Red. Christmas Red Bright, specifically. So I just changed it to Christmas Red, which actually might be a bit too dark, so I might change it back. But in WinStitch, changing colors is quite easy if you're just changing the entire color. You don't have to like repaint it, basically. All right, so the eyes, I'm happy with the eyes. We're gonna leave the eyes. Are we leaving the eyes there? Yes, we are. Okay. Dude says it works for Santa and Satan. Yes, 666, the number. Hi, baby. 666, the number of the claws. That would be a really good metal song, I think. I'm not going to attempt to sing it now. Alright, so basically what I want is I want to keep the solid outline of the penny baby and then have it filled in with the lighter shading. I also want to make sure, it kind of got lost in this conversion, but one of the things that Orchid added in was Penny's little head stamp marking. So most snakes, most species of snakes have a head stamp, which is like a design in the center of their forehead, like going down to their nose. And those vary from snake to snake. They can be very individual, and that's kind of how you can tell some snakes apart. I love Penny's because in addition to these two kind of like lines he has on his face, he has one further up above his eye that looks like a scar. Like it looks like he got into a bar fight at some point and he just has like this ridiculous eye scar, which he's the sweetest bean. So I don't know how or where he would have gotten into a bar fight, but I love his little scar head stamp. All right, so we're doing the 3032 mocha brown medium is the color of the penny. And then it looks like the beige gray and the driftwood are the outside. So I'm just going to use one of those two. And I think I'm going to go with the beige gray. Okay, so let me just... So yeah, that's the beige gray and this is the driftwood. I know they look pretty much identical. British Dish's first rule of Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club is be a complete cinnamon roll of a ball python. Never tell anyone where you get your scars. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go with the beige gray, the 3790 for the outline. And then I'm just gonna take the general shape that it's given us and kind of like try to smooth it out. All right. But before we do that, we have been going for about half an hour. So if you're over with us on I completely lost track of what I was saying. If you're with us over on Twitch, we are going to take a little break. If you're not subscribed, it's going to be an ad break for you. So while we're doing that, Toot has put up the prediction. There's so much going on right now. Okay. So we're going to take a break. We're going to do a stretch break. We're going to use the bathroom. We're going to grab more water, whatever you need to do. We're going to take about a 3-minute break and then we'll be back. While we're gone, you can get in on the prediction for our treat eat. Tonight we are going to be giving Pau peaches and blueberries. So you can use your channel points to predict which one she's going to go for first, whether it's going to be peaches or blueberries. So I am going to get us switched over. We're going to go for a little short break. And I will see you guys in about 3 minutes. All right. Bye, guys. welcome back, guys. Potato Shoe says, I like the breaks, just wish I could figure out how to make myself do them IRL without a stream to come back to at a certain time. Yeah, definitely. Like, I find that timed breaks don't always work for me, but I need more like natural pausing points in whatever I'm doing breaks. But that often means that if I get completely hyper-focused on something, that could be like hours. So I try to go by like about an hour and then I'll get up and do a break. I try. So it looks like Quarter Stitch over on YouTube is going for peaches. And we've got some pretty even guesses over here on Twitch. So yeah, so get your guests in. We're going to be doing that in about 25 minutes. All right, so back here, I'm going to be evening out his head. Not that my boy's head is uneven. My boy is beautiful and perfect. Trench Chick says, no kidding. I'll take a break when I'm done with this color. And then 3 hours later, yeah. Sorry, guys. I have a slight cat issue. Okay. There we go. All right. We're good. We're good. Ooh, that's what happens when your hand jerks while you're doing this. Oops. So I do have so right now I'm using my mouse because we're doing like more cleanup stuff. Sorry guys, a cat just landed on my desk and made a huge thumping noise. Alright, Early, you can stay, but you have to settle. Right now I'm using my mouse. I also have like a little drawing pad thing, which is really good for like sketching, or getting kind of the general outlines of stuff. I'm going to be using it a lot when I'm working on my Celtic Witch redo, and I've already used it quite a bit in a couple of designs that are going to be coming out in the shop this weekend. And it was hugely useful. But right now, because I'm doing more like cleanup work, I'm just going to be using my mouse. So I want this beige gray to be kind of the outline of the hymn. Yes, Toot knows it's the support possum squad is coming to the coffee shop and the Etsy shop this weekend, and they are going to be here to remind you about self-care and all of those other very important things. So keep an eye out for that. Of course, I'll be doing an announcement, you know, everywhere. Try and stop me from making an announcement when I update the shop. Throwing up the coffee shop link there. Speaking of the coffee shop, this pattern that we're working on right now is going to be available for free on the coffee as our August freebie. So if we get it finished during stream tonight, that's great. If not, I'm going to take a few days to get it kind of cleaned up and presentable and do like the PDF and all of that kind of stuff. But it will be available August 1st. Oops. For all of you guys to enjoy. Not 100% happy about his his head here. But I kind of like his mouth. I don't know. This might have to come lower. I think that's better. It's amazing when you're working at this scale how much 1 or 2 pixels can really make or break a design, honestly. And I kind of want, just, they've got little puppy mouths and they're so heckin' cute. And I just want like a little tiny puppy mouth, like just like that. I think it needs one more pixel there. Alright, maybe if I fix his lips, that'll look more like what I want it to look like. And of course, things look different when you zoom out. Yeah, that looks kind of uneven. Maybe, oops. Because I want it to be like wider than this. I'm just gonna keep saying oops. Oops. Alright, maybe. We'll leave it like that for the moment. That might have been the case, because this was uneven. Symmetry in all things. I'm gonna fix all the coloration and everything. I'm just kind of filling them in so I know where there should be colors, and then I'll adjust them later. All right, let's finish outlining his body, and then we can get into editing the specific little bits. So I think I might keep the driftwood because you can see here that it's got a darker like a darker outline around his markings, which I think I like having that it's darker, but it's not as dark as the main outline. Oh, and this is the end. We've reached the end. And then we got his little tiny tail. He's so cute. So now that we have the new camera set up, we will be doing more snake cam videos, or snake cam streams. It just kind of depends on what day and what time and everything like that, because usually I'm streaming right after or right before they've eaten, and like me, they need a long nap after they eat, so I don't want to disturb them. All right, and then we'll cut off these two random blank rows here. Okay. So let's return to the face, because I want to get this cleaned up. Well, first I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to take a look. Another thing that I really like about Wind Stitch is that I can do this. And it's not perfect, but it'll give you more of an idea of what it's going to look like when it's stitched. I mean, it's computer generated stitches, so they're all completely identical, but it does give you more of an idea of how it's going to look when it's actually stitched and not just pixels on a screen. So I kind of like to do that, to just take a look at it as the whole thing, and see what I need to fix. So obviously I need to get rid of these little stitches here. It is slightly more difficult to design in this mode because, as you can see, I don't have a grid, and it's a little bit harder to see the individual like pixels. Thank you for the hydrate, dude. All right, but this will give us an idea. So, okay, I think his mouth looks uneven because this side should be higher because of the angle that he's at. So it makes this side of his mouth look longer. So let's see if I can fix that. I'm going to change it back to blocks first. And then if I can do that, I can tighten this chin up. Now that doesn't look quite right. I think I might just need to accept that these two lines are going to be close together. I think if I drop this down another one and did like this, maybe? No. Alright, I'm going to leave that alone for the moment, because otherwise I'm just going to keep poking at it. And now we need to do his head lumps. And if you don't know about ball pythons, they have these squishy pads of extra fat. I think it's extra fat just above their eyes, and they're squishy. And if a snake is very calm and relaxed around you, he will let you squish his head bumps. And it's quite an experience. So if you ever get the opportunity to squish a ball python's head, I recommend you take it. Okay, that's looking more balanced. Turner Trick says there's a bird tweeting aside and is throwing its voice, so it sounds like it's coming through stream. There is bird sounds on stream. There is bird sounds on stream. And Toot says gently squish the head. Yes, gently squish the head. We're not like squeezing the head, like just a little like boop. And Penny actually likes when his head is squished like that. He if we're hanging out, he will put his head between my fingers so that I can just like give him a very gentle little squish. Mickey, thank you so much for the resub. They've subscribed for 12 months, currently on an 11-month streak. Oh my heck. Thank you so much, Mickey. Thank you, thank you. Mickey is a great friend of the stream, another one of the artists that helps us out with our stream graphics. The little goblin that you see on the screen was drawn by Mickey. So yes, thank you so much, Mickey, and I'm so glad you could join us. And probably more of Mickey's emotes will find their way into cross-stitch form for my big celebratory stream for my 1 year. And oh my god, what were we celebrating? We were celebrating so many things that day. It was my birthday, it was 24 hours of cross-stitch, it was my 1 year stream anniversary. I did a free little pattern of the heart emote just for people who are in stream. So if you weren't at that stream, unfortunately, the pattern is no longer available. But more of Mickey's emotes will be available as cross-stitch patterns in the future. Alright, so now I'm kind of happy with the outline of the head. I'm just going to be working on the shading. And that's always difficult to do when you're working at this small of a scale. And it's something that I'm really trying to work on. And it's another one of those things where just 1 or 2 stitches can really make or break a piece. Now in Penny's head, he does kind of have like a lighter area around his lips, which makes him look a little bit worried at times. My son is very cute. I'm gonna, I want to keep this like lighter area. I think I'm gonna thin it out a little bit. But yeah, he does occasionally look a little like, I'm trying to think, there's a certain meme I'm thinking of with like some kind of squirrel or something. He's just like, nee. And that's a little bit what Penny looks like at times. That's so got that. I'm gonna do like just a little bit of yellow right here. It's like a little bit of like a shadow from his puppy mouth. Okay, that looks good. I like that. And then he's got his 2 stripes on his face. The one stripe continues over his head like this. And then I'm going to put his little scar right over here. His little, you know, Fight Club scar that I love so much. It's actually really interesting at, so ball pythons, which is Penny's breed, or species, is also known as royal pythons. And you'll more often find them referred to as royal pythons in zoos and things like that. And at the Toronto Zoo, we actually have, we have several royal pythons. And what the zoo employees have done is they've made a sign showing each of the snake's head stamps. So they only have maybe 2 of them on display at any time, but there's 6 in the collection. So you can use that little sign to figure out who's on display by looking at their head stamps, which I think is really cool. And Karen, welcome in, Karen, over on YouTube. Hi, Agent Toot. It's stormy weather here in Maryland. Ooh. Is it like good stormy where you can get all nice and cozy and do a little bit of crafting? Or is it like slightly anxiety inducing stormy? I hope it's good, cozy crafting time. And you've got about 5 minutes left to get your predictions in for our tree eat. Today's contenders are peaches versus blueberries. And having sampled both of them earlier today when I was putting together the tree eat, they're both delicious. I don't know where to start. Apparently I'm gonna erase a whole bunch of stuff. Aaron says thunder is roaring, and Turner Trick says I love storms. Yeah, storms can be lovely. If you're not out in them. If you have to be like outside in the storm or you're getting caught, then that's less fun. But if you are somewhere safe and warm, then storms can be real nice. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an effect with the stripe being darker here at the bottom, and then moving up and getting lighter as it goes up into the head. Trick says there was one last night at like 3 a.m. that woke me up with the crazy flashing and booming. But you were too delirious and asleep to actually stay awake to enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah, you're like, oh, this is so... Yeah, I've been there. Toot says I once had surgery during a tornado storm. Best sleep I ever had. Yep. Toot and their surgeries, let me tell you. And Potato Shoe says it's different in the West. I like storms if there's rain, otherwise I worry about the lightning. Yeah. That can definitely be scary. That's like that's why I always say like, oh, enjoy the storm if it's a good storm. If it's a scary storm, less so. I think I'm gonna move this little bit kind of more here-ish so that it's more centered in his puppy mouth. And now I need to think. Let's just fill all of that in with the background, and then I can color in as needed. This is what I do almost every morning, is I sit and do this for a couple of hours. Like there are so many patterns that you guys see me put out, and then there are so many patterns that never see the light of day because I'll finish design like pretty much completely. And then I'll just be like, no, this isn't what I want. And then, yeah, I just scrap it. Toot says coloring for fun and profit. Pretty much, yeah. All right, how's that looking, guys? I'm leaving his little mouth alone for the moment because I need to come back to that. But I think I'm liking that. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of a stretch break, and we're going to hop on over and check out Pal, because it is in fact time for the treat. Time to discover which one Pal is going to go for. So the prediction is now closed. If you are joining us on YouTube and you want to get in on the prediction, all you have to do is let us know in chat if you think it's going to be peaches or blueberries. How is ready? How is staring down the camera? How enjoys head scritchies sometimes. Sometimes she's too angry for head scritchies. So her shell is actually connected to her nervous system, so they can feel everything that happens to their shell. So they do often enjoy getting their back scratched, they're getting their shell scrubbed, anything like that. All right, so let's see. I'm using my powers of zooming in. What's it gonna be, Pow? Oh, she's not even looking at those peaches. That was decisive. That was she did not give a heck for those peaches. All right. I see how it is. Usually there's like a little bit of, you know, not wonder, a little bit of theatricality there, but no, Pow just went right for them. Turntrix asked, do you do the toothbrush back scratcher sometimes? I do, yeah. Especially when she's having a shower. I'll put her, we have a shower chair, because Toot and I both need one. So I'll put her on the shower chair and have the shower head very gently running over her, and then I'll give her a scratchy with the toothbrush. And she loves that. She really loves that on the top of her head as well. Like the top of her head and her cheeks, she loves getting the toothbrush scrub. What she absolutely hates is when I flip her over and scrub her belly and check all of her underside for, you know, any signs of ill health. She despises that, but I do it every single time because I have to. It is my privilege as her father, and also my duty. Peaches are just coming into season here in Ontario. British says, come for the stitching and crafts, stay for the animal facts. Absolutely. I am full of fun facts about tortoises and snakes and cats and all kinds of things. And Mickey says heresy. Heresy. Oh, I didn't actually finish the prediction. Choose outcome. Bloobs. All right. Potato Shoe says, I always vote for which fruit I want. It seems to be what she wants about half the time. I honestly do not know why she chooses what she chooses sometimes. Like, sometimes we'll put down a food that I feel is her absolute favorite, and she'll go for the other one. Their senses are about the same as ours in terms of smell and in taste and things like that. So it's not like she's smelling something different than I am. Um, but yeah, she just, the heart wants what the heart wants, I guess, when it comes to fruits. And today the heart wants bloobs. Yeah, get them mushy bloobs. Stare down the camera while you eat. Well, I hope you guys always take this time to grab a snack if you need a snack. We will have another little ad break, stretch break, bathroom break in about half an hour. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep poking at this design. Potato Shoe says she's staying much cleaner now. Yes, since we switched out her substrate. So before her substrate was packed dirt, which just with the amount of moisture she needs, so she needs quite a high humidity, between 80 and like 90% humidity. So it was a mud pit constantly. It was just mud in there. But since we switched over to the mulch, which keeps the humidity in a lot easier than the dirt, and as well, it doesn't stick to her the same way. So yeah, she's been staying a lot cleaner. However, I don't think she likes that. I think she would rather be a little bit dirty now and then, because she enjoyed being a mud monster. She really, really did. Potato Shoe asked, could she have a mud corner? Actually, she could. That might be an idea to explore. A little mud corner for a mud monster baby. She has a fountain, which is like a big, it's a casserole dish. It's a glass casserole dish. But it's got a little like water fountain, and it's full of water and everything like that. So she does have an area to splash around in and get all messed up. It says, excuse you, that's her mermaid lagoon. Yes, it is. Sorry, it is the mermaid lagoon, because her enclosure is Neverland. So she's got her mermaid lagoon with her Stardew mermaid and her, of course, Neverland mermaids. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going around and I'm outlining her her markings with the driftwood, and then with her woo, his markings. Penny is a boy, Cow is a girl. Heck. Yeah, now we're going after the peaches. Yeah. See, they're good peaches. They're delicious peaches. Millions of peaches. Peaches for Pow. Thank you for the hydrate, too. Dude says she's making blueberry wine. Yeah, I gotta stomp them real flat. Okay, so the scar is hugging this part a little bit too closely, I think. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm really glad that the auto conversion worked out as well as it did. I was thinking I'd have to be tracing the other one. Um, which would work out quite well. I was working on a piece like that in that style with a picture of Pow, and it actually turned out pretty cool. So maybe in future I might do a few more of those. Just taking like actual photographs of the animals and turning them into more of like a, not really rotoscoped, but like what's that Keanu Reeves movie? Not The Matrix. Through a Scanner Darkly? In a Scanner Darkly? Where it was real life footage, but it had a filter on it like it was a sketch. Anyways, I think it would be kind of cool to do some more art like that. It was not Bill and Ted, no. Alright, I'm gonna clean up some of these lines on his belly. Yes, the take on me style, exactly. Thank you for the earworm, too. Oh no. Was that Toot showing her age? With the take on me reference? Was that me showing my age, knowing exactly what she meant? I'd like... Toot sent me a TikTok. And the TikTok just said, "You are old. Send this to someone who is old." And, you know, I'm not... she's not wrong. She's not wrong. I can't really argue with that one. You know when you're like offended but you're not really offended because like, all right, yeah. I kind of love the way that little like the scar doing the swoosh on the scar gives him a little like, aha, I am dashing. Quarterfish says Waking Life has a similar style. Okay. I'm not familiar with that one. I just remember when I think it was definitely a Philip K. Dick inspired piece, and I think it was in a Scanner Darkly. I remember that was like the first one of its kind, so it was really like a big deal. See, if I take this one away, it's less of like a haha swoosh. I don't know. I like the little swoosh. I like the little eyebrow swoosh. Mickey says, gotta go slip. Have fun, all y'all lovely cryptids. Have a good night, Mickey. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's super late for you, but it's always good seeing you. Heck. I feel like I'm just ruining it now. Okay, no, maybe we brought it back. No, I didn't bring it back. Okay, I brought it back. I brought it back. It's good. It's good. It's good. Is it good? Please validate me. I like to zoom out a little bit. So, okay. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking it. I think I'm happy with his little puppy face and his little puppy chin and his swoopy eyebrow. I think I'm gonna play around with the colors a little bit more because I'm not crazy about the contrast. I like the words. The darkest brown is cute. The lightest brown is cute. The yellowish, I think I want to change up a little bit. And probably the driftwood I want to change out. Portish says he's cute. Thank you. And Toot says I like. Thank you. I might lighten up this mocha brown because he's quite pale. He's like a little bit paler in person than this color. So unfortunately you guys can't see the selection window that I currently have in front of me. So I'm just going to, let's see. So we've got the beige gray ultra dark. So if I went, and we've got beige gray light. So if I went for like a beige gray, oh, that's even darker. I don't know if that's too light. Like, I think that's closer to his true coloring. But I don't know if it's enough contrast. Let's see what I can do with this gold, the yellow. I might have to do a different gold for his belly scutes. because I like it everywhere except the belly scutes. It's not scutes. Is that the right term for that? His belly scales. So maybe if I did this back to hold on one sec. Hold that thought. Shoot says something I love about him and all ball pythons that it looks like they can't quite close their mouths all the way. Yes, yeah, you're absolutely right. That little like slightly concerned just face. No, it definitely needs to be beige gray. Or do I do beige gray like this? And then driftwood like what do you think of that? Is that too big? Thank you so much for the hydrate, Fury. And welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Oh, on the front in this little puppy mouth. So I love that he's always got like a slightly worried thing going on up there as well. Hi, Fury. Hi. How's that? How's that looking? How's that hit you? Just that little bloop. I like it with more pixels. The other one was like, blur. That's my sound effect. Blur. I also gave him slight worry mouth up here. So I'm still trying to figure out exact color that I want. His body. Pow's back for dessert. What you doing, Pow? Yeah. She cleared out the bloobs. Now she's back for peaches. Oh no, that's not the right color at all. No, that's too red. Too red. I'm kind of feeling this one, the beige gray. And that keeps it all within the beige gray, like, family. I'm not sure about his belly here. Or we could do the belly in... I realized that wasn't a full sentence. A second. Here we go. We could do the belly in this medium color here. So I've got all my beige grays. So we could do it like this. Oops. I'm just gonna keep saying oops. Stranger Trick says, I swear the bird on your audio is the same type of bird I have outside. That's so funny. I can turn off the bird if it's really bothering you. That's okay. I just picked some random background noises. Alright. I'm gonna go play with the audio. In the meantime, we are going to do another little stretch break. So I'm going to, let's see if I can do this without hacking it up this time. All right, we're going to take another little stretch break, 3 minutes. Go grab something to drink, go grab a snack, do a quick 10-second tidy up, whatever you want to do. And I will see you back here in just about 3 minutes. Okay. See you in a bit. Alright, welcome back everyone. I hope you enjoyed your break. Short break. Pao is angrily doing laps of her enclosure. So enjoy that. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue poking at this little design because it's almost finished. I feel like it's almost there and I just gotta like make small adjustments now. So belly. I like having the darker gray as the like kind of line. I'm not sure about having the yellow like accent, or if I should just leave it as the dark gray and the dark beige and the light beige. I think I'm just gonna leave it as the two. I'm not gonna put any yellow on the belly. I think that's just like a bit too much. I think I'd like to leave the yellow for the coloring. I'm just gonna go through and fix all these belly scales. And completely heck up a bunch of them, but that's fine. It's fine. Everything is... Although what Turnstrix was saying about the bird reminded me of a fun animal fact. Because I'm full of fun animal facts. That's what you're here for, the fun animal facts. But, so you know how everyone says that frogs go ribbit ribbit? But very few actual frogs make a noise like ribbit ribbit. The reason that everybody thinks that frogs go ribbit ribbit, or that that's kind of like the default frog sound now, is because that's what frogs local to Hollywood sounded like back in the earliest days of movies and stuff. Potato Shoe, you do have a point, only in English. But so basically back in the day, before they really cared about like, you know, location accuracy, they said to the sound guys, like, go and record a bunch of frogs, and then they used those frog recordings for every frog, no matter where the movie was set. So every frog sounded like a California frog, which is why there's kind of like this idea of what a frog should sound like, and it's just based on that one, those Hollywood frogs. All right, so I've got him looking good. I'm going to attempt something with the mouth, because that kind of like slightly worried look that I've been talking about, I think I know why I'm not getting it. I think I need to group down a little bit. That's why I was so confused when I realized the sounds I was hearing was a bullfrog. Yeah, a lot of people expect frogs to sound a certain way because of that's what California tree frogs sound like. It says dating myself again, but I thought frogs only sounded like bud. Why? Zer. And that's a deep cut. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't think it works. I don't think it worked. I think I hecked up. I think I made a mistake. I think he just looks a bit weird. Because if you were to like cover up half of his face, it's one expression, and then like the other half of it, yeah, it's not correct. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely needed to. And then we're gonna do his like little white lips. Hi, Mac. Mac says, are you cross-stitching on PC? That is cheating. We are designing a cross-stitch pattern. So it just looked like cross-stitch for a second because I was seeing how his mouth would look. But Mac says, no, this is cheating. Okay. So I guess we're just going to be cheating as a community. I'm using aimbot. Yes, I'm using aimbot to design. Welcome in, Mac. Oh no, I'm out of things to hydrate with. I've been overhydrated. Okay. What was I doing? Right, I was hecking with this. Fixing. Do I have anywhere else to fix? Dude says the way I forgot until right this moment that you've seen me and Mac interact elsewhere, and now I'm actually a terror towards him. Thank you for redeeming Do the Thing, Mac. Can you flick Toot on the forehead? No. Toot is out of range at the moment, and I could not flick her in the forehead with it and survive. I'm sorry to disappoint. Also, I would not do that. I will metaphorically flick Toot in the forehead for you. Because my Toot is my spouse and I do them a love. Also, they've had a rough day, so we're being kind to the tube today. Yes, Toot had a rough day. We haven't really talked about this in the server, but you guys know that Toot has a torn labrum in her shoulder. And we found out today that she's actually going to need surgery on it. So, yeah, we're going to be doing that in a little bit. I say we. It's going to be all Toot that needs the surgery. So yeah, so we found that out today. But hopefully the surgery will mean that she regains a lot of the mobility that she's lost, and it'll take away all of the intense pain that she's been feeling. So we're hopeful for that anyways. Max says, would I be able to do the surgery? I've watched enough doctor shows to perform flawlessly. Mac, you can build her a chair that she can sit in to recover. How about that? And thank you, Turnitrix. Appreciate that. Okay, so, like the scorpion gaming chair? Yeah. Yeah, Toot's gonna need, the best possible chair. Max says, I'll build a chair and I'll cut one leg so when Toot's... Mac, what are we gonna do with you? Thank you, Potato Shoe. On behalf of Toot, thank you. And Quartish just says, best of luck, Toot. I hope it goes well and you have an easy recovery. So yeah, we'll keep the community updated. We're looking at probably at least 3 months before anything gets scheduled. But when I kind of have a better idea of like when we'll be needing to take off and what's going to be going on, then we'll let the community know kind of like the situation and everything like that. Like we just got the referral for surgery today, so we've still got some medical hoops to jump through and everything like that. But, because as you guys might know, Toot has started streaming on Twitch as well. They're doing gaming streams, no talking gaming streams in the mornings, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So obviously that's going to be impacted, but and also just everything that they do to support my streams and my designing and my videos and everything that they do behind the scenes. So yeah, but yeah, when we know kind of more details, we'll let everyone know what's going on. So if you do want to follow Toot, if you guys do want some really like cozy, great background body doubling for the mornings when you're just puttering around, doing your work, whatever, definitely go check out Toot, Twitch and YouTube. Let me see if I can pull the YouTube link as well. I need to set up a command for this in Nightbot. I'll remind myself to do that. But it is... No, Mac. Right, Toot will find their own link. I will set up a command for next time so I'm not scrambling to grab links. But yes, Toot is streaming on Twitch and Discord. Twitch and YouTube, Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the mornings, Eastern time. And I post all of their schedules everywhere that I post my schedules. So you'll always know what's going on with them. I really enjoy the streams. I basically have their stream up going while I'm doing my designing, doing all my back end work, everything like that. It's good vibes. It's perfect vibes. Good vibes. All right, so before we get stream completely wrapped up, I'm pretty happy with this design. I think, you know what? I am happy with this design. I've decided I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this design, except for he's looking a little jowly here. Let's just. Okay, I think that's what I want to do. All right, perfect. So one thing that I do like to do, so first I'm going to go to my palette. I'm going to remove all unused threads. So that'll pull all the unused threads. And then I like to sort it by number so that all of my threads are in order. Toot and Mac are fighting over being a mod in the chat. Mac must go to a safe place. Is that the cabinets? Mac is the cabinet boy. So before I actually publish the pattern, you can see over here next to the DMC numbers is the symbol that's going to be used in the pattern. And I don't really like these symbols. The default symbols that it uses are kind of really not great. I find them hard to read, hard to differentiate. You can adjust the size of the symbol within the square, and I actually made them a little bit smaller so they're easier to like parse. So I'll go through one by one before I actually publish the pattern, and I'll change the symbols. I don't think you can see this box that just popped up, but like I can change that symbol to that, which I feel is easier to read. I like using this symbol for white, that kind of thing. Although, why is there white? I don't want white. There should be no white. I think it's got the background. Orchid, welcome in. Orchid. So look what we've done. Look what we've done to your boy. Orchid is the artist of the hour. You can find them on Instagram as Little Things Sophia. Just gonna. And you can also find them here on Twitch. But yes, Orchid is the artist behind this design. Thank you so much for allowing me to turn this into a cross-stitch pattern. It's been so much fun. So I just realized that it's showing the actual background as white, which we don't really want. So the next step of what I do is there is a function where you can flash it'll show you where the colors are. So right now it's showing me that there's white in these places. And I'm just going to delete that because I don't want any white in here. So I'm just going through deleting all those little white spots. I could also just delete the white. Like I can do it all in one thing, but I like doing it this way. And then if I were to go back and go to the palette, remove colors, remove. Yeah, there we go. And then, so if I were to select like that color, it'll show you where you've used each of those colors. So if you've got one color that you're like, where is this? What have I done? Where there's a single pixel of this color somewhere in the project and I have no idea where it is. You can do that. Midnight, thank you so much for the raid. Unfortunately, we're gonna get wrapped up here soon. We just finished our design here. So we've been working on this design all stream. So yes, welcome Midnight. Thank you Toot for doing that shout out. I was just trying to type that out. Midnight is another streamer here on Twitch, good friend. They do Valorant, Overwatch, and Pokemon, I believe, is the lineup right now. They're doing a Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke, which has been just a delight to watch. It's so funny. So yeah, thank you so much for the raid. So definitely go check out Midnight. Another streamer that I really love having in the background while I'm doing like just chilling and stitching and that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you so much for the raid and welcome raiders. But yeah, we were actually just getting wrapped up. So this is the finished design, I think. I'm really happy with that. So if I were to go to, let's see. So right now it's 64 stitches by 60 stitches, which is just about 4.5 inches square, which I think that's a good size. Like it's not a super huge piece, but it's big enough to get some good detail in. And then so if I were to go here and do the stitches, so this is what it would look like stitched up just on a white background. Midnight says, of course, no problems. I do rage a bit though. And Toot asks, of course, but do you hydrate? Always hydrate. Great. So yeah. Well, thank you everybody for helping me out with this design. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I am planning on doing some more Design With Me streams in the future, just as I work on things. It might not always be the freebie, but it'll be something I'm working on. So like I said, this is going to be August's free pattern. It will be available in the coffee shop on August 1st, which is Thursday, I believe. Thursday, I'm going to do a shop update. Thursday shop update is going to have support possums. It is also going to have a bunch of Valorant Agent minis. I am very steadily working my way through the Valorant roster. My plan is to get them all up and out before the new agent is released at the end of August. So keep an eye out on the shop on Saturday, and of course I'll announce it on Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. We do have a Facebook now. So if you want to check out the link tree, to just put up a link there, you can find all of our socials, all of the different ways to get in touch with us. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Discord, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Coffee, we're on Etsy. We're gonna be on Spotify. Like at some point, like I don't know where else you'll be able to find us soon, but if a new platform appears, we'll be there. Mainly because I have no chill. So Toot is putting up a bunch of links in both of the chats to everywhere you can find us. If you're currently watching this on Twitch, please head over to the YouTube and drop a subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, please head on over to the Twitch and drop a follow. They're two different things. I just hit 200 followers on Twitch, which is very, very exciting. Thank you all for that. And we're just sneaking over 300 subs over on YouTube, which is very, very cool. So speaking of the YouTube, there is going to be a new video going up this Wednesday evening, and that is the long anticipated, long awaited Notion tutorial. So if you have been interested in how I use Notion to organize my cross stitch, if you've been interested in getting the template that I sell through my Coffee and my Etsy platforms, this video is going to show you how to use it, how I set it up, that kind of thing. So definitely stay tuned. Check that out on Wednesday. And then our next stream is going to be on Friday, a little bit later, 7 p.m. To just put up the info there. So we are going to be live 7 p.m. on Friday with our good friend Moonphased. We're going to be stitching. We're going to be hanging out, just chatting, chilling. If you have any cross-stitch questions, queries, problems, you can bring it to both of us and we will try and help you out there. I think that is all the news that's fit to print. So I think I'm going to just say thank you guys for hanging out and designing with us tonight. I really enjoy these streams and I hope you do as well. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to say a nice goodbye to YouTube. We're going to say goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye, goodbye. And everyone on YouTube, say goodbye to Twitch. Goodbye, Twitch. Goodbye, YouTube. My friends on YouTube, I will see you in the comments section. I'll see you in the podcast. I'll see you in the Discord. But most importantly, I will see you in my heart. All right. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.